music. It can be found all over the world, from buskers on the street to some of the world's largest symphonic orchestras. Music is a part of our everyday lives. But somewhere in the middle of all that, you might have heard a sound from a member of the clarinet family. Today we'll be discussing the history and types of clarinets, the parts and assembly of a clarinet, and finally the benefit the clarinet has to society. Starting off with the history of the clarinet, according to Merriam's School of Music, in the late 17th century, Johann Denner invented the first clarinet by modifying an instrument known as the chalumeau. There are many different types of clarinets. Um, the top five I know of being the E-flat clarinet, the B-flat clarinet, the alto clarinet, the bass clarinet, and finally the contrabass clarinet. Now that ranges from smallest to largest. Today in front of you I have the B-flat clarinet and the bass clarinet. Now that we've talked about the history of these clarinets, we'll get into the parts and assembly of it. Starting off, we must talk about the most important instrument of the entire woodwind and clarinet family, the reed. These reeds are the whole reason we are able to play these instruments. They create the sound and vibrations by conjoining with the mouthpiece. The reed is placed onto the mouthpiece and is closed with the player's mouth. And then the player blows into the reed and mouthpiece, and which vibrates the reed and creates sound waves that come out of the horn and create music. Now, there are also many different variations of these parts of instruments. Notable one being size. A B-flat clarinet reed compared to a bass clarinet reed, as you can see, much bigger. There are also different parts of each instrument. We have the two body pieces of each. These are your main components with keys that you use to create different notes. We also have parts that change between instruments. On the B-flat clarinet, you will find this part called the barrel. This goes between the mouthpiece and the main body of the instrument, and this is added to create depth and allow the instrument to go lower and create more rich notes. But on the bass clarinet, you'll find it's not quite as straight. This is called a gooseneck. It serves the same purpose, but is a lot cooler. We also have what is known as the bell. The bell goes at the very bottom of the body of the clarinet and is used as like an amplifier to spread the sound throughout the room. Now, this is a B-flat bell. This is a bass clarinet bell. As you can see, it's a lot bigger and it creates a bigger amplification for a much lower sound. Now, let's start with putting together one of these so I can show you how to do that. First, we take the two body pieces. It's important to discern the top one from the bottom one. As you can see, the top piece has these 4 keys on the side that go down, and which also has a bar underneath, which is very important to know as this is crucial to the connecting of the top part and the bottom part. So when you are connecting these two pieces, it's important to see this lowest key that you can place your finger on, which lifts the bar up. And you're going to need to do that when you connect them. Otherwise, you might damage the bar. And so this instrument is simply friction fit. So you push it together and then you twist and you line it up with the bar on the bottom part. And then after that, I like to go to the bell, which, as I said, connects right to the bottom. But once again, friction fit. Then I set that part down and I grab the barrel and the mouthpiece and connect these two, and they once again friction fit, and those stay together almost all the time except for storage. And then finally, barrel connects to the top of the body part, and you have put together a clarinet. Of course, then you add your ligature and a reed, which I'm not going to add right now. Now that we have put together a clarinet, we can go over the benefit that the clarinet has to society. According to cmuse.org, playing the clarinet at a young age can increase your coordination and motor skills, which can carry over to any other part of your life that you may need it to do. It can also lead to improved decision making, which can also lead to greater academic success. And finally, playing an instrument such as the clarinet allows you to be part of a community, which allows you to experience new things and just get a better sense of the world. All right, today we've gone over the history and the types of clarinets, the parts and assembly of a clarinet, and finally, the benefit that the clarinet has to society. Maybe this has inspired you to pick up a clarinet of your own and share your music with the world. Thank you.